Namaskar. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Maharashtra Unlimited at Dubai, the event organized by Directorate of Tourism, Government of Maharashtra. Maharashtra is truly unlimited in every sense. And today, we have with us an august array of dignitaries from the Directorate of Tourism, Maharashtra, to take us on a journey through Maharashtra. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to invite Srimati Preeti Vanage Pawar, Tourism Specialist, Directorate of Tourism, Government of Maharashtra, for the welcome address.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to welcome you all on behalf of Maharashtra Tourism. We are happy to meet you all at this event today. I welcome all the esteemed guests from the travel and tourism and hospitality industry and the media who have joined us today. We have among us the Honorable Minister of State, Tourism, Ms. Aditi Tatkare, and the Director of Directorate of Tourism, Mr. Milind Borikar. Maharashtra is truly the melting pot of different cultures, religions, cuisines, festivals, and above all, lovely heritage.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome you all. This is Maharashtra Limited Dubai, our roadshow. I welcome our Honorable Minister for Tourism, Ms. Aditi Tatkare ma'am, who is leading delegation of Department of Tourism as well as Department of Industries also in the Dubai Expo. And we are grateful to her to be here to guide you, to showcase you how the Maharashtra is changing and what the wonders the Maharashtra can play in the tourism. I welcome you all again. Just as she said that what AV showed you, really I don't want to repeat anything what earlier speaker said, but really the potential of Maharashtra is unlimited through tourism point of view. The connectivity, road connectivity, air connectivity, the rail connectivity, and the most important thing, we are having 4 international airports where you can bring your tourists direct to those destinations like Mumbai, Nagpur, Aurangabad and Pune. And other domestic airports also, which are started working recently. We opened one airport at Sindhudurg, which is in the Konkan region, having 720 kilometers of beautiful coastline. And that airport will definitely change the paradigm shift in the tourists visiting the Konkan region. Earlier, tourists who are visiting Maharashtra, they were a little hesitant of going to Konkan because of the long time of travel they used to do. But after the opening of Konkan Rail and the new airport at Sindhudurg, definitely I feel that people can reach there in no time and they can experience the very beautiful natural environment and the beaches of Konkan. Another thing, we are now we have developed a very good tiger reserves in Tadoba, which is near Nagpur, which is also international airport. It is hardly 2 hours journey from the Nagpur airport, and it is now become a tiger capital of India, and beautiful tiger reserve you can visit in the early morning hours, having that tranquility and then roaring the tigers, and in the evening also definitely, and enjoying the food from Vidarbha region where the Nagpur belongs, a little spicy food, and definitely you will enjoy seeing the tigers and having that spicy food from that speciality of the Vidarbha. Then coming to the Western Ghats, when we go to the Pune, definitely our hill station Mahabaleshwar, which recently bagged the second best hill station in India by the India Today Awards, and definitely a very beautiful location, which is hardly again 2 hours from our international airport Pune. With that, so many forts which our Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj has created, developed and built, and definitely visiting those forts is really visiting the history of Maharashtra, which is a very rich heritage and culture. So, and again coming back to the Aurangabad region, another our international airport, we are having UNESCO heritage sites, Ajanta and Ellora, which has very beautiful monolithic structures. They show that like Kailash temple and other paintings also. They're really worth visiting once in a life, because how they could have carved those structures over the period of 400 and 500 years. And there is a beautiful continuity in all the sculptures, whatever they have done. And that is the monolithic structures. They are not even touched They are not brought any single piece of stone from outside. And at the same time, the paintings at Ajanta and the other Bibika Maqbara at Aurangabad, Daulatabad Fort at Aurangabad. So these are all destinations. They are really attractive for all the tourists who really wants to know what the Indian culture is, what the Maharashtrian culture is, what the heritage we carry with us, what is the history of Maharashtra as well as the India. And definitely, the Maharashtra is the state with the widest spectrum of tourist destinations like the beaches, the forts, the safaris, the jungles, the World Heritage sites. They say that except the snow, we have got everything which can be showcased to the tourist. And I hope the better connectivity from the Gulf countries, definitely you can bring in many tourists there with the backdrop of COVID. The Maharashtra was one of the worst hit state of COVID, but with the skillful of doctors and under the able leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister, we fought it so well that now we are one of the safest state. We have already completed the vaccination of almost 90% of the people, and now we are leading in vaccination also, as well as all the precautions we are taking. All the state-of-the-art labs are there all over the Maharashtra who can test you for any symptoms about the corona. And we focused basically on all the stakeholders of tourism industry, like hospitality industry, like the taxi drivers, the waiters, the hoteliers, and the local people. And we ensured that those are all they are targeted people for the early vaccination. And now we can definitely say that the Maharashtra is one of the safest state in India to travel immediately, even today also. So I hope that you will pass on this message to all the potential tourists who wants to go to India, and definitely the first state, definitely they will visit Maharashtra with its unlimited potential of the tourist destinations. Under the able leadership of our Honorable Minister, Mr. Aditya Thackeray, and the Minister of State, Ms. Aditi Tatkare Madam, definitely we are changing the complete scenario of tourism in Maharashtra. During the COVID, when we were completely shut, we used that time for finalizing some of the policies like the tourism policy, the caravan policy, the beach shack policies, and the adventure tourism policy. So definitely the Maharashtra will be one of the most attractive state after the Goa to start the beach shack with a very environment friendly way and very pre-designed way in the Konkan region, so that people can definitely visit those places for that experience of shack what they were getting in the Goa. So this is the second state. In addition to that, there is a good investment opportunities. Maharashtra is the first state to grant an industry status to the hospitality industry. So henceforth, all the hotels and resorts, they will be given all the facilities at the rate of industries rate, not at the commercial rate, which is industry rate is quite less than the commercial rate, for their utilities like electricity, their water, their taxes, their land taxes, property taxes, everything. So it is a big game changer for investment also. We are having lot of MTDC resorts, well-known resorts at very unique places, the unique sites at different tourist destinations. And the government of Maharashtra has taken decision to disinvest those tourist resorts for the potential people who are leading in the hospitality industry. And we are going for PPP model for running those resorts in Maharashtra. And in addition to that, the tourism department has got very huge land bank at very crucial and critical places at all the tourist destinations. So we are opening up that land bank also for developing the good resorts for staying for tourist purpose as well as for the wellness purpose also, because the Maharashtra is now leading in health as well as wellness. So it's not just your body we are treating and we are making it healthy, but it's your mind, your soul. We are looking into all that aspects of the human being. And after the corona, now everybody is so much conscious about their own health and their family's health, their wellness. So we are coming with a complete picture of a human body, getting all the healings and rejuvenating his body. So we are having hospitals, we are having wellness centers, we are having Panchakarma centers, we are having Vipassana centers, and so many. So it's everything under one roof or everything under the one name, that is the Maharashtra. We are offering you, and definitely I feel that in coming days, the world is opening, the tourism world is opening. So maximum tourism will come from the Gulf countries, and that too from Dubai, because of you have got so many people who are having connect with India, and definitely their new generation, they will get to know what is the rich heritage and culture and history of India, and that to Maharashtra after visiting the Maharashtra. I welcome you again, and I am thankful to each of you for joining us here during this Maharashtra Unlimited at Dubai, and definitely we'll be waiting to welcome you in a big way in the near future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. So glad to know that Maharashtra is open and all set and ready to welcome tourists from all over the world. Now let me request Srimati Aditi Tadkare, the Honorable Minister of State Tourism, Government of Maharashtra, to kindly address the audience.
Good morning, everyone. Firstly, thank you for having us all and giving us an opportunity to interact with you all. Just few days back, when we were deciding on the entire schedule in terms of tourism department, and I read this, term called roadshow. Yesterday evening as well, I asked Borikar ji about roadshow and what is it all about. For us, being in politics, roadshow is about campaigning. Sitting in those huge gypsies, wearing our respective logos and, waving off and greeting and requesting people to vote for us. And then there is this kind of roadshow which gives us an opportunity to virtually visit a place or a destination which has been a little stagnant from a while due to a pandemic, which actually got each one of us on standstill. But I believe every crisis gives you an opportunity to come up with something. It gives us some time to think over things that could have been done but haven't been given much of an importance. And that's what Maharashtra Tourism Department has been doing from last 2 years. We've taken and used this opportunity to fullest to come up with policies which would emphasize more on tourism, give much needed opportunity and attention to tourism, which unfortunately I believe wasn't given before. When you talk about tourism, you want to have destinations that would attract each and every tourist. As department, we have been focusing on coming up with policies which would give opportunity to tourists to, visit the place according to their likings. Each one of us have different likings altogether. Like I, for that matter, would like adventure tourism. As young blood, we want to visit places when we have that opportunity and when we are physically that fit, to visit as many as places possible and have as much as adventure that we want to. Then there are people who want to have, religious tourism. They want to see places which are historically important, which are religiously important for people. I'm sure many people from Dubai as well have visited Maharashtra, Mumbai. They've seen it. There are so many people in Dubai, who belong to India or Maharashtra, and we get a chance to interact with them as well. This Dubai Expo gave us an opportunity to interact with few people who would share their experiences. Some were good, some were bad as well. And we need both. Because when you think of development, you need to have them both. Only then you can, make good changes in the working pattern as well. I believe Dubai Expo gave us all an opportunity in this entire, I would say, negative and skeptical atmosphere. From what we have gone through from last 1.5 or 2 years, I believe was one of the most difficult phases for any country, for any destination, for any state for that matter. Dubai is one of the best examples when it comes to tourism. Not known as a tourist place, when it started, or you're celebrating 50 years of UAE recently, like in the current year. But 15-20 years back, UAE was recognized for some other different reasons altogether. But then they decided to, develop in terms of tourism and create such kind of places which would attract people, not in typical tourism, but, some like different aspects of tourism. And they've succeeded. Like now when we think about Dubai, we always feel that, chalo, दिल्ली जाना है तो 2-2.5 घंटा ही लगेगा, एंड दुबई जाना है तो भी 2.5 घंटे में हम जा सकते हैं. तो why not Dubai? And 3-4 days of stay and you're like still happy. And it's the most chosen one because it is convenient. That's one. It gives you a different variety of everything. Like you can shop, you can visit places, you can, taste some good food. So everything all together, and you have a good stay. So that is basically more important. When you visit a place, you should be having a pleasant experience there altogether, so that we can have that positive word of mouth. And now here, when I say positive, all of us have been wanting to not listen to this word from last 1.5 or 2 years. I mean, each one of us, when we tested ourselves and we were like, positive na, negative I. So that was the first time when we wanted that word negative to be, pronounced more in our life when we were going through bad phase. But then coming back to tourism, I feel we should ensure that once a tourist visits any of the destinations in Maharashtra, they should have a pleasant experience, they should go back home and they should recommend it. And that is what, as department, we are trying to focus on. We've come up with policies like agro-tourism, Maharashtra being one of the leading states in terms of agriculture. Now, when farmers talk about agriculture, it's their form of working, it's the main occupation. But beyond occupation, if we give them something which they can do beyond occupation, not just to earn money, but as their hobby, if we create something like agro-tourism policy, which would give them an opportunity to project what they do in front of people. There are times when people now emphasizing more on organic food. They want to experience how the life in rural Maharashtra or India is. And that is what agro-tourism policy gives, an opportunity for them to visit these places, how farmers lead their life. It gives us an opportunity to tourists to have that complete experience of 2 or 3 days, maybe, to see the kind of lifestyle a farmer leads. Then again, we've come up with adventure tourism policy, which gives us an opportunity to explore what is in terms of adventure in Maharashtra. We have some beautiful locations. We've come up with some beautiful boat clubs. One in Nasik. Nasik is, known for the grape parks and good wine. Apart from that, now there is Boat Club, which is one of the most beautiful properties that we've recently been able to create and start with. Then we have Sindhudurg, which has one of the most beautiful scuba diving site and location. Again, like mentioned by Milinji, we've just recently inaugurated Chipi Airport, which would make us convenient to travel to Sindhudurg. Sindhudurg is equally beautiful as Goa. It's just that it needs to be explored and promoted. Now, what we've come up with to, promote and create some basic infrastructure in Konkan region, which has one of the lengthiest coastline of 720 kilometers, is that we've come up with beach shack policy. Now, beach shack policy gives us an opportunity to, one, give employment to localites. Second, gives us an opportunity to taste very authentic Konkan food, which is one of the most famous aspects of Konkan region. Third, it gives us an opportunity to have the feel of, every person's, like I believe, favorite destination is Goa when it comes to India. When they come to India, they want to visit Goa at least one. Especially Western countries have that, inclination towards Goa. Now, what we want to do is we want to show the nation and world as well that Konkan is not behind. So we can have similar kind of, infrastructure and facilities which are available in Goa. Konkan, for that matter, has lengthiest beach compared to Goa and other parts of India, be it Gujarat or be it, other southern states. Just 2 days back, we had a very good interaction session for medical tourism. Now, medical tourism, I believe, has become very important and prominent from last 1.5 or 2 years. I believe Dubai and Maldives and Kerala are one of the best examples when it comes to medical tourism. Kerala, of course, is first chosen when it comes to India. And now we are trying to portray Maharashtra as well, which stands second as of now. Maldives has taken best opportunity of the current COVID crisis when it comes to medical tourism. They had interesting packages. They communicated so well. It was the obvious destination for people who were, thriving or looking forward to travel abroad. Dubai, again, in the initial phase when the vaccinations were not available in, India or other Asian countries or different parts of world, that is when Dubai also offered some good packages where people could come, get vaccinated and have tourism as well. So I think that was one intelligent move. And, now Maharashtra also is trying to portray itself as one of the good medical tourism sector or destination, so that while interacting with few representatives from UAE, Oman, Bangladesh, I was, taking their opinions, suggestions as well. What one thing we need to emphasize on is promoting, and that is one factor where I feel as department we need to work on. It's always on what we promote, that's the most important factor. And as a department, we will ensure that we'll project what we have, we'll promote what we have, and we have a good communication interaction with, other states and other nations, so that we can develop. Always there is a perception that we have it all, but we don't at times. And we should emphasize on what we don't, so that we try to have it. So these are certain things as department we are trying to work on. Another very prominent and important decision what Government of Maharashtra has taken is giving industry status to the sector of hospitality. I think tourism department is the most affected department when it comes to the recent crisis. No one initially gave importance to the fact that apart from other departments or apart from other sectors, it was tourism which was most affected and which was clueless on when it would start. So, in the first or the second lockdowns that we went through, we didn't know. It would open up for essentialities, but it would not open for traveling abroad or for traveling, within the country. That is the time we decided to pay more attention on domestic tourism and to come up with some good policies. It was very essential for us to help our hospitality sector, to support them and to make them believe that we stand, as government, we stand with them. And then we gave industry status to hospitality sector, which obviously provides them with some good incentives, and it would give them an opportunity to stand on their own feet after facing such a huge crisis. One thing what the crisis taught us, that life is we need to travel as much possible the moment we get an opportunity. And that opportunity we grab to promote our domestic tourism. Every time a random tourist would think, I would travel abroad. चलो यार बाहर घूम के आते हैं, देश तो कभी भी देख सकते हैं. पर ये जब हम सोचते हैं, the very particular time when we have this thought in our mind, we forget that we, might not be able to visit our own nation or our own state, while thinking that चलो बाहर का सब पहले देख लेते हैं. So COVID gave us an opportunity to promote what we have, and we made sure that our people see what we have first rather than, running behind something which was not allowed for us at that point of time. When the international travel or tourism was switched off for each one of us, that was the time when we started, promoting tourism within Maharashtra more, for people to realize, for people to gain the kind of emotional or important feeling of what they have. So that again helped the tourism department to find its foothold in the entirely lost track. Again, coming back to international tourism and connecting it to Maharashtra, like few MOUs that we've signed just 2 days back, we are again looking forward for some more with other states of India and internationally as well, so that each one of us can have some kind of development in terms of tourism. We believe as India, we can form a circuit. We have Rajasthan, which is one of the highly visited places in terms of tourism. We have Kerala, which is at times first choice of when it comes to tourists, then there is Goa, Madhya Pradesh, we have Kashmir, Maharashtra, all can collaborate and create a circuit. And as country as well, we can portray ourselves as one of the best tourist, destination. For now, as Maharashtra, like I said, what we are trying to do is come up with some strong policies and come up with some things which are still unexplored, so that we can reach people, we can have people of different sectors visiting Maharashtra and having a pleasant experience. So I thank you all for your patience and for giving us so much of time, so that you all can also have some good suggestions for us, questions of course, and we can have sharing of thoughts and opinions in terms of tourism. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.
And to bring the event to a closure, let me invite Sri Sanjay Dhikne, the Senior Manager, Maharashtra Tourism Development Corporation, to deliver the word of thanks.
I would like to thank the media fraternity, the travel and trade fraternity for being here and making this event a success. I would like to thank one and all. Thank you.